I'm pumped up tonight. We've got a great one tonight, and I want to dive into it. And the biggest thing is, I know a lot of you have been to the university before. Today, you got to really be on your game to be able to fill in all the blanks, because it's not going to be easy. Okay, but I guarantee you, when you walk out of here, you are going to be on fire. Woo. This is one of the best trainings. Next week, when we go for products, you're going to love it, right? Because a lot of you have seen Angie do it. You got to see me do it. You guys understand things? Because you're like, oh, okay, that now I believe I can become successful. I'm not going to use any big compound words, don't worry. Woo! But we're going to have a lot of fun. But I'm going to dive into this. Make sure afterwards you get get all your blanks filled in, and in the back there, we're going to be giving everybody credit for the course. You want to make sure. As you're getting new people started, it's not about recruiting people. It's about recruiting people that are going to be successful. Do you guys understand that?
Yes.
How do you build a team? Like, you don't build a team by just recruiting a bunch of people. How do you build a team is by doing what, right? Recruiting people that are going to become successful. And that's obviously getting people to graduate from the university program, right? So, let's, let me see if this works a little bit better. All right, I'm going to go ahead and jump through this stuff right now. I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to be talking about is obviously team building, but I want to get into it focusing on phase one activity. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share with you what phase one, phase two, phase three, and phase four is, okay? And this is something that really helped me out when I got started in this profession, is never deviating and getting out of phase one. So you want to focus in on phase one activity. So let me explain kind of phase one for you. Basically, like, new talent is the way to thrive. Everybody knows that, right? Talent's the word that you're looking for there. And what if a sports team stops recruiting?
They lose.
Yeah, they're not going to become successful. Would you guys agree with that? So recruiting is the word you're looking for there, and you're filling the blank. Obviously, what if colleges stop recruiting?
They wouldn't grow.
Yeah, they would be gone, right? In 4 years, right? Obviously, what if corporations stop recruiting, right? What would happen if the military stopped recruiting? Okay? What would happen so the question should be is what? Should we be recruiting?
Yes.
Heck yeah, right? Okay. So, and then obviously your last one there is, what's the difference between business and a hobby? That's the biggest thing. It's like, are you running a business? Or is this a hobby for you? You want to make this a business. And that's what this university is teaching you, right? By the time you walk out of this thing, you're going to have a clear, precise direction, a clear path to success. So as you're getting people started in Riman and people start joining your team, I was talking to one of the leaders in the room yesterday, and they said, I've never wanted to recruit more than I am right now. And I'm like, why? They're all, because we have the university system that just literally creates leaders. It's like basically like, pew, make a leader. You guys know what I'm talking about? Just bam, make a leader, right? It just develops people so fast. So let's dive into this information a little bit today. So obviously you guys got all the talent. First word's talent, recruiting in business, right? So let's make it simple, super simple. So why do we want to stay in phase one right now? Is because of timing. Okay, you want to stay in phase one right now because of what?
Timing.
Timing is everything, okay? So basically 95% of the millionaires and the $1 million earners get started in the formulation and concentration stage, okay? So the formulation and concentration stage, right? Now 95% of the $1 million earners become $1 million earners during the momentum stage, okay? And then obviously the stability stage, right? When you get involved with a legacy company, you cash in on the momentum time, right? You cash in on the momentum, and now whenever it gets into the stability stage, right? What do? You grab a drink with an umbrella. It's like you're set. That's the magic. My goal is obviously not to teach you guys network marketing. My goal is to teach you guys how to become wealthy. That's the key. And to be able to be in a situation where it's like you're just sipping on umbrella drinks for the rest of your life. Now I'm getting fired up. Just visualizing that. Tickling your toes in the sand. Woo! Man, that good. So the key is obviously to take advantage of the timing, right? So let's dive into this a little bit more, okay? Right now where we are is we're in the middle of the concentration stage. So the timing right now couldn't be better than it is right now. This is the time right now where you want to be recruiting like never before, but not just recruiting, but guess what? Building a team. How do you build a team? Get people to graduate from the university. That's how you develop leaders. Like somebody said, man, I want to be a director. Super easy, right? All you want to do is create a bunch of team leaders. How do you create a bunch of team leaders? You people to graduate from the university, right? We're going to be promoting team leaders faster than ever before. So let's get into this a little bit more, okay? And I'm going to explain it to you guys like this. It is the Thompson rule, right? Was so fortunate this week. I had a great call with Larry Thompson and just learning from him. And this is something that he teaches, right? Is basically, this isn't in your notes, so I'm just going to kind of go through this fast. If you look at a gym's probably like the best example, right? Because there's people that buy a gym membership that don't do anything. Would you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I bought gym memberships everywhere. You guys know that? I got one everywhere. Now I don't go in it, but I do have them. Just in case I get inspired. Right, that's called inactivity, okay? Now 80% of people, right, basically these are the people that don't care about fitness, they stop going to the gym, right? Then you got people that want to stay active and healthy, right? That's about 80% of people, right? And that's the type of people that will go to the gym maybe once a week or walk around the block or whatever, take the stairs every now and again. You guys don't, that's basically the majority of people, right? And then you got 15% of the people that want to lose weight and get toned, right? So these are the people that are at the gym like 3 to 5 times a week. And then you got those people like the Julian Dones of the world. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? If you said Julian can't go to the gym for a week, dude, he would just start freaking out. Like, start throwing up or something. Like, this is the worst thing I've ever. Those are the people that want to look like cover magazine models. You guys know what I'm talking about? People on the front of the fitness magazine, and they're in the gym about 7 times a week. Do you guys know what I mean? Julian is in the gym 7 days a week. It's 7 plus times, because sometimes he double dips it. He's a double dipper. 2 scoops, right? Double dipping on that deal. So let me get into you in network marketing terms, right? So this is basically, 5% of people, right? Those are the people that want to make a ton of money. They're doing a lot of phase 1. For your notes, a lot of. Understand a lot of phase 1 activity. We're going to explain what that is in a second, but for your notes, you want to write down where it says a lot of phase 1, right? And then you got 15% of people that are doing a moderate amount of phase 1. You got 80% doing a little bit of phase 1, and then some people are doing no phase 1. Okay, so I'll explain what phase 1 is, but basically what happens is you'll have people that will be here for a while, and then maybe they'll go over here, or they'll go over here, or maybe they'll go over here, or maybe they'll go over here, or they'll go from here to here. People will go through different stages. It depends on what they want to get out of it. You'll have some people that are like, man, I'm ready to get rich, right? So they'll just go, okay, I know what to do. A lot of phase 1. And some people are like, man, I'm making too much money right now. This is ridiculous. My group's growing too fast. I need to slow this thing down. And they'll start doing less phase 1. And then some people are kind of like I am, a little bit loco. And I'm getting stressed out if I'm not doing phase 1. Right? If I'm not doing phase 1 activity, I'm like, oh my God. Like even on a bad day, it's like I'll still do at least 5-6 meetings a day. That's a bad day for me. You guys understand? Like if I do 5 or 6 meetings a day, that was kind of like, oh man, that was kind of like a bad, like I didn't really do much that day. Like you can ask my son-in-law, he's here right now. How often am I in front of the computer doing Zooms? All day, every day. He's like, dude, this guy doesn't leave the computer. My son will leave in the morning sometimes for school, come back, and I haven't moved. And then he'll leave and go to the gym and go hang out with his buddies, and then we'll come back and be like, dude, you've been in front of did you go to the bathroom or anything? I'm like, I just open my mouth in between Zooms and my wife throws food at me. You guys know what I mean? You guys know what I'm talking about? Some of you I know are animals like that, right? You guys are Riman animals like that. Just lock us in a cage and throw raw meat at us. So let's talk about phase 1 activity, okay? So these are the 4 stages. I love this. This is so good, okay? When I heard this for the first time, I died laughing, okay? So phase 1, business is growing. Phase 2, business is not growing. Phase 3, business is declining. Phase 4, business is gone. I learned this dude in 1996. I was like, I know where I'm hanging out. I'm hanging out in phase 1 all day. So these are the doers. These are called the doers. They're sharing the Riman story. They're leading by example. They're excited. They're attractive. Now, what I mean by attractive is not how you look, because obviously I'm an ugly guy in the beauty industry doing quite well. Attractive meaning you're doing the right activities that attracts people to what you're doing, right? So then you got your phase 2. They're overseeing the doers, basically managing people in phase 1. You guys follow me on that? These guys get into what we call management road or management trap. You read first year network marketing, right? Overseeing the doers, managing people in phase one, basically no longer leading by example. They start complaining about stuff. You guys ever hear them complain about something?
Yep.
It's funny. I'm like, oh my God, you're phase two. I don't say it to them, but in my mind I go, phase two? Not attractive at all. Business stops growing, right? Then you got the overseer of the overseers of the doers. That's when you're overseeing the overseers of the doers, people in phase two, right? So you're overseeing the phase twos. Now you complain a lot. It's hard not to do anything but complain when you're in phase three. You're negative about everything, right? Everything. You're unattractive, your business is declining. Then you got your overseers of the overseers that oversee the doers. Non-stop complaining. You don't know how to do anything but that. You're angry, you're ugly, right? You want to, guys, I've been doing this for 30 years. You guys know how many times I've seen people get into phase four? Just think about it. Some of you have been doing this business for like 3 months and you're like, this is crazy. 30 years. And I am addicted to this stuff, dude. I'm like addicted. I'm like, how can somebody like not be excited every single day? I'm just jacked up all the time. You guys know what I'm talking about? I just wake up and like, ooh, wee. Like it's talk to the day. So you don't realize if you hear somebody complaining, you got to figure out what phase are they in, phase 2, 3, or 4. Ask them, hey, are you overseeing the doers? Are you overseeing the overseers of the doers? Are you overseeing the overseers of the overseers of the doers? So here it is. This is called building a solid director foundation, okay? Your goal is to have 10 different legs at the convention. Right? You want to have 10 different legs at the convention. This is how you make the big money. I'm going to show you guys right now what big money looks like. And you always want to get started with the end in mind. Some of you guys are like, oh my God, that sounds like a lot of work. I promise you this. You can do it, okay? Okay, so you go wide for profitability, you build depth for stability. You guys catch that? Wide for profitability, depth for stability, okay? You only need 3 legs of team leader, 3 legs of team leaders to hit the structure for director, but you never want to make your minimums your maximums. You never want to make your minimums your maximums. Maximum is what you're looking for there, okay? If some of you, this is your first time, you notice I underline some of the words, make it really easy. I'm like, how can I be successful? You gotta underline it for me, Tim. So here's what I'm telling you. This is, people are asking me like, how did you guys make so much money when you guys hit director? Right? So when Chris and I hit director, we had 10 legs of team leaders. Do you guys see that? So our first month, some of you that are directors or team leaders, you know what this means. Some of you that are brand new have no idea. But our first month as a director, our open line volume is $1.3 million.
Wow.
In not $1 million, million sales points, right? So how do we get, that's a lot, just so you guys know. Like, for directors, typically, that's pretty good, right? So it was because we had 10 legs. Now what happened to those 10 legs? Most of them became what? Directors. Do you guys see that? Actually, not most of them became directors. Most of them became senior directors. Be honest, right? They didn't become directors. They became senior directors. But they did get director before they had senior director. So always remember, look, you might have 3 or 4 legs right now, or you might have 2 or 3 legs or whatever. Just keep going. Here's how I believe. It's easier to build them all at one time. Let me explain what I'm saying. Like, some of the people, like Julian saw me, and Yvonne, you guys saw us when we were senior managers. Yep. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Actually, Julian, you saw me as a guest. Do you guys see what I'm saying? He went to the first meeting that I went to. And I was a guest, and he saw me go senior manager, and he saw me go team leader, and he saw me go director, senior director, national director. Guess who's going national director in this room? All of you. The only way you're not is if you just refuse to.
Wow.
You understand? Because the only way you're not going to be is if you just stop. Doesn't matter what speed you're at. You understand? Don't compare somebody else's situation to yours, but just understand, what can I learn from that situation? What I can tell you right now is if you have 10 legs, even as a team leader, if you got 10 legs as senior managers, you're cashing in. Every team leader will tell you in this room. A team leader that has 10 legs as senior managers is cashing in. Woo! Getting fired up right now, just thinking about that. So here's team building module. Obviously, that's where we're at right now. The proven principles to recruiting. Now we're about to have some fun. Ooh, give me that fun. Okay, here we go, man. I'm getting fired up just thinking about it. Okay, we got the easy part, right? We don't have to grow the tree. We just got to plant the seed. That's the easy part, plant the seed. All we got to do is plant the seed. We don't have to grow the tree. God grows us the tree. That's the hard part, by the way. Because what if I gave you a seed and said, hey, grow a tree with this? You'd be up all night thinking, how do I grow a tree? Think about that, dude. All we got to do is plant. We don't have to grow a tree. So we got the easy part. All we got to do is plant. So I like to use the parable of the sower, right? And I'm going to put this up there so you guys can all kind of fill it in real quickly. But the lessons from the parable of the sower. This I learned from Jim Rohn. And if you guys have ever listened to us, How to Build Your Network Marketing CD. Yep. Yeah, I was at that convention.
Wow.
That exact one where that recording took place. And I had no idea till this year. Oh my God. I was so pumped. I was like, oh my God. July 17, 1996. I was sitting in the audience. And I'm like, oh my God, that was the one that was recorded. So the sower was ambitious, right? That means, and they had excellent seed. That's important, right? I think everybody would agree, nobody would disagree. We got some excellent seed at Riman.
Yes.
Okay? You've been in direct sales, you know what I'm talking about. They don't make seed like Riman, okay? And all we got to do is be ambitious, right? And I'm telling you right now, guess who's ambitious? Everybody in this room. Because you wouldn't came here. Maybe some of you that drove for distance, right? Now, you know what I'm talking about. The seed falls by, now what happens is that the seed falls by the wayside and the birds will get it. You understand that? You'll be sowing some seed, and guess what happens? The birds get some of the seed. And that happens. You bring somebody to an event, they're all fired up, you get them to a pop-up, they're like, oh my God, I'm jacked, I want to do this, I want to promote with you. And then tomorrow you're like, well, you call them again and be like, hey man, we gotta get you enrolled. They're like, well, you know what? I talked to my sister. And she told me that I could never be successful at one of those things. And you just be like, what? The birds, right? The birds got it. Okay, so next, just keep on sowing, right? So the seed fall. Now the next thing that happens is the seed falls on rocky ground where the soil is shallow. Right, the seed starts growing a little bit, and then guess what happens? The first hot day, it withers and dies. You guys see that? That's the people that get started. They're pumped. They're like, Riman University? I got to learn something? I ain't going to that. You can hear the thorns. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Or you can hear the trying out. The seed falls on thorny ground. Right? They fall on thorny ground and starts growing, and then they start coming up with excuses. They come to a couple of universities and like, well, you know, the backyard fence is sagging, and if the backyard fence is sagging, the dogs are going to get loose. You can't let the dogs run loose, right? You got to fix this fence, Timm. There's the thorns, right? But the most important part of the story is what? Finally, the seed falls on good ground. And in parentheses, it always does. It always does. You can't share a good idea long enough and it not fall on the right people. The difference is how much seed are you sowing. We just got to keep on sowing. That's literally it. Some will, some won't, right? We'll talk about that. So let's get into this recruiting stuff, right? And then always remember, for your notes, I forgot to put this one out there. Some of the good ground produce 30%, some produce 30%, some produce 100%. You're going to find some people that are 100%ers. But the only way we're going to find those people is if you keep on sowing. Keep on sowing. So we're looking for 100% on that last one. Let's get into this, okay? So I'm going to give you some recruiting tips right now that I think you're going to enjoy. I'm going to put them all up there so it makes it easy for you. Okay? What is happening with my controller? There it is. That was a little slow. Here we go. Look at everybody as they have "help me" written on their forehead. Right? When you're calling somebody, or you're texting somebody, or you're reaching out to somebody, or you're sharing Riman with somebody, I always look at they have "help me" written on their forehead. Can you imagine that? Imagine you're talking to somebody and they have a big expo marker with "help me" on their forehead, right? That's the way I look at it. Now, here's how I look at it, right? Every person that I share Riman with is like opening up a Christmas gift or a birthday gift. It's like opening up a gift. Because you never know what's inside. Do you guys know that? You open up a gift, sometimes you know what's inside, but women know. Right? If your husband buys you something or your boyfriend buys you something, you already know what's going on. My wife wants to know immediately, what did you get me? I'm like, babe, you gotta wait. It's just, that don't work for women. Okay? So you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. Always remember that. You can't say the right thing to the wrong person, and you can't say the wrong thing to the what? Right person. They are what they are, right? Whenever you're trying to recruit somebody and talk to them, they're going to say what they're going to say before you even ask them. The only way you're going to find out is if you ask them, though. Do you guys see how smart that is, right? So always remember, the more you say, the more they judge. The less you say, the less they judge, right? No fire hosing. What's a fire hose? Imagine somebody's like, man, I want to get a glass of water. And you're like, all right, I'm going to get you one. Somebody's over at your house. They're like, hey, do you have any water? Yeah, for sure. You break out a fire hose. And that's a little bit too much water. Would you guys agree with that? You understand? Fire hosing is just overwhelming people with information. All we're doing when we're recruiting is we're inviting people to get exposure to the business. Do you understand what I'm saying? I use fire hose. Another word that we use in our industry is called verbal diarrhea. I didn't use that one because that's disgusting. Right? No one wants to write the word diarrhea down. Okay. You understand? So you're just trying to get people to take a look at it. And then obviously TTMP, right? Talk to more people. Talk to more people. How many people can you talk to a day? As many as you want. There's no limitations. You guys see that? How fast can you go? As fast as you want. It's like the Autobahn making money. It's like a buffet of making money. You just got to bring your appetite. You see how smart that is, okay? So let's look at number 6 real quickly. I'm going to put this one up there. This is big, right? I'm going to put them off there so it makes it easy for you. I don't know where you're making it too easy for you to be successful now. Here it is. People be more impressed by your height of enthusiasm than your depth of knowledge. Jackpot! Glad you said that, Tim, because that's true. Now look, you don't have to act like me, but be you jacked up. You guys feel what I'm saying? Be how you are pumped up. You ever been excited before? Just imagine you won the lottery. Woo! That's where you are right now. You won the lottery, okay, just so you know. So here it is. Successful inviting is based on timing, not talent. It's the timing of where that person is. That's the reason why you got to keep on following up. We'll talk about the follow-up process, right, when we get into recruiting later, because this is just giving you the tip of the iceberg when it comes to recruiting, because this is more about team building. But understand that successful inviting is timing, not talent. You want to spend 1 minute with 100 people, not 100 minutes with one person. That helped me out the most. I remember I was sitting there like, when I first got involved, that was the first week, and I'm just fire hosing some dude to death, right? My buddy Mark Morris, I'm just fire hosing the hell out of him. This guy's like, whoa! And I'm just sitting there trying to beat him into the business. And I'm like, wait a second, I'm spending 100 minutes with one person. I need to stop doing that. So it came into my head, I said, I just need to stop doing that. Because what happens is, you just gotta be normal. You understand? You guys gotta be normal. Somebody's like, how do you invite people to a pop-up, dude? It's so hard. How do you invite somebody to the movies? How do you invite somebody to a birthday party? You understand what I'm saying? It's not that hard, okay? Professional sort, amateurs convinced, okay? That's so big. Professional sort, amateurs convinced. Can someone convince against the will is the same opinion still, right? Facts tell and stories sell. A lot of you guys that have ever seen me do a Zoom before, I could train, not a training, but an actual opportunity presentation. I just tell the story. I paint a picture so clearly. You could see the tigers rolling around in the grass. You can see that volcano water. You're like, oh, that does look good. I paint a picture, baby. I get up my Riman paint set and just start painting. Right? Think about it. My mentor told me this, right? I'll get into this in leadership. I'm going to talk more about this during leadership, right? Later on in the sessions. But what my mentor told me is he said that what's the difference between Rembrandt and a house painter? They both got a paintbrush. It's the stroke of the brush. And we're going to teach you guys how to do that. But some will, some won't, some wait, right? Some will, some won't, some wait. So what? So who's next? Do you guys see that? A bunch of SWs in there. Right? Some will, some won't, some wait, so what? So who's next? You're looking for the lookers, man. You're looking for the people looking for you. You're not trying to smash a square, you know what I mean, a square peg in a round hole or whatever, however that saying goes, I don't know. And build your business with expectancy, man. You gotta always visualize the results you want. You gotta visualize people being excited about the products. You got to visualize people being excited about the opportunity. You got to visualize people becoming successful with this opportunity. You got to visualize people becoming team leader. You got to visualize people becoming director. You got to visualize people becoming senior director, national director. Do you guys see that? It doesn't happen until you see it first in your mind's eye. And then you paint a picture for somebody else and they can see it, okay? So build your business with expectancy, okay? So let's talk about this, okay? This is something that's so important. It's called mastering edification. Okay? This is big, okay? The higher level of edification you create, the higher the level the influence will be, okay? You got to be thinking ego versus paycheck, okay? You want the paycheck or the ego, okay? How you bring them in is how you bring them up. Always remember that. How you bring somebody into the business, you're already teaching them right there. If I bring you in and I recruit you and I have verbal diarrhea and I fire hose you and you still sign up, what did I just teach you? You're going to do the same thing, right? So you got to do it the right way. So when some people sign up, they can duplicate it. Some of you are like, man, it's not duplicating for me. It's because you're not following the proven plan of action. Okay? So how you bring them in is how you bring them up, right? Make sure everyone, make everyone the issue but yourself. You understand? Make everything the issue is what it's supposed to say. I know Travis is like, wait a second, Tim. That's incorrect. But you want to make everyone or everything the issue but yourself. You don't want to make yourself the issue. You understand? You always edify, right? You always get somebody else. That's when we first started, I told Danny, I said, Danny, I'm going to need you for about 3 months to talk to people for me. And after that, I'm not going to need you no more. I promise you I'm not going to be a bugaboo. But I promise you, if you give me 3 months at the beginning, let Chris and I get some traction, I'm telling you right now, it'll be a wrap. So for the first 3 months, what I do? Just edify Danny Bay. Still just edify Danny Bay. Because it's this, okay? It's trust plus respect equals success. Let me explain to you what I'm talking about. Your prospects and you, the people that you know, you've got a level of trust. When I got started in direct sales when I was 17 years old, okay, I had no respect for my friends. Why? Because they see me do stupid stuff. Do you guys understand what I'm telling you? My buddies had seen me pass out in bushes, my blood alcohol level, my GPA was about the same. But it might have been higher, right? So I'm telling you, my friends didn't respect me, but they trusted me. They know I was a good dude. They love me. So what I did is I built the edification for my brother-in-law, the expert that worked at Ralph's grocery store. You guys know what I'm saying? But he was the expert. So all I did was I edified him. He's hired. I go, my brother-in-law's high up in this company. Tell him, my buddy's like, look, hey, look, man, I might be able to hook you up. I'm at high school, so I'm doing. Don't tell anybody, okay? I might be able to hook you up. My brother-in-law's high up in the company, and he might be able to get his positions working. I think we can make some serious money, but don't tell everybody. Just you. They're like, right? I'm like, look, and I bring him to meet my brother. I was like, look, when you meet him, you better show some respect. I go, give him a firm handshake. What's your handshake? I was like, what's your handshake? No, that ain't right. Try again. Oh, that's it right there. That's the one. And then when you meet him, say, it's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. You know what I mean? I'm like, you say it now. I have my friends like, pleasure to meet your acquaintance, sir. And I'll be like, here, this is his favorite book. Hold on to this book. He'll like you if you have this book in your hand. Dude, I had them so edified. It was working at a grocery store. But I understood trust versus respect. Trust, when you have trust plus respect, it equals success, right? You guys have no idea. I'm telling you what, I know how to do this. My mentor told me, I said, I'm doing that. Okay? So you want to create edification for somebody else. You use that third-party expert. Whoever your upline is, they might work at a grocery store. Perfect. That's what I did. You guys see that? Okay, so let's talk about this, okay? Heart before the hand. I'm going to put these all up there. Tell somebody to get what they're looking for. Guess what? Tell somebody if you're trying to help somebody find what they're looking for, the first thing you got to do is what? Figure out what they're looking for. Hello? Oh, geez, that was too much for you guys. Goodness gracious. Is this clicker serious? There we go. Goodness gracious. Sorry about that. Here we go. Let's talk about this. I love this, okay? These are called heart before the hand reminders. Our job in Riman is to do what? Help people get what they're looking for. You make no mistake about it. As a sponsor, when you bring somebody in this business, it's your responsibility. They should call it responsibility, right? Your responsibility is to do everything you can in your power to help them get what they want. To me, it's just like navigating your kids, right? You find out what your kids' goals and dreams are, then what do you do? As a parent, you do whatever you can to get that to become a reality, okay? That's exactly it. You help navigate it, right? So number 2 is discover their why, right? Discover the why they want what they want. Follow me on that, okay? Discover the why. Why they want what they want. You guys understand? I grew up very poor. Extremely poor. So when I got involved in network marketing, guess what I did? I saw it as a way for me to become successful. I didn't want my kids to go through what I went through growing up. And I didn't even have kids at the time. I was 17, but I knew someday I was going to be a parent. You know what I'm talking about? You know when I knew I was going to have to be a parent. So I was enjoying practicing. But none of you guys were in high school. You never did that. But anyway, I'm like, I'm going to be a parent someday. I want to make sure what? That my kids don't have to live like I live. So I knew that what? That I had to create something for them. So in the back of my mind, I experienced that. I slept on top of Alderwood Elementary School in the portable out back. I know what that felt like. So when I got involved in this industry, I was fortunate enough to have had these experiences. My life probably wouldn't, I probably wouldn't have been, my wife and I were talking about the other night, man. It was like a Saturday night. And she's like, when you guys started, Tim, there was no 17-year-old kids. She goes, when I got started, the whole company was 17-year-old kids, 18-year-old kids, 19-year-old kids. You would come to the event, the meeting room was bigger than this, right? You could fit about 700 people in that meeting room. Every night if there was somebody that wasn't 18 there, it was crazy. Or 19, it was like, where did you come from? We're like, we got a grown up here. That's what we thought. we got a grown up. My wife was trying to explain it to my son-in-law. She goes, there was not any young people when he got started. But I just believed in people. I'm like, anybody can do this. Who cannot do this? This is playing tag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right here I come, tag you it. She goes, how did it happen? How did you were able to do it? I said, it's because I was poor. If I didn't grow up that way, I wouldn't have persisted. Because the first 6 months, I didn't break any records. I think I made $12.67. But the next 6 months, I made $147,000. What changed? What changed was I went all in. That's what changed. I was all in. I was not, you can't win an Olympic gold medal by dipping your toe in the water. Would you guys agree with that? Yeah. You ever see that person? Imagine the thing goes off, everybody dives in, and Michael Phelps is like, boom. Boom. That's all he's doing. You know that ain't true. Michael's going for it, okay? So discover why they want what they want. For me, it was super simple. I didn't want my family to grow up the way that I did. So I had a drive and desire that couldn't be denied. That was my why. You know, my first goal was to get that Mercedes Benz. Why? Because I was driving, my brother-in-law gave me a 1986 orange Nissan Pulsar. It used to be red, but the sun beat it up, it was orange. You guys don't know about I was all jacked one day. I was like, damn, my tires aren't bald anymore. Because once they go past bald, they start getting like a little bit of little feel comes out. I'm like, I got traction again, baby. I'm talking like, you know what I mean? Once they pick the tires and they're big, then the tread starts to come out. The little iron pieces. I was like, ooh, I got traction again. Cracked windshield. Dude, one of the windows didn't roll up, so my car was all moldy. I probably got like whatever happens when you get mold around. I probably got that thing for sure. You know what I mean? My car had a hole in the bottom of it. You guys know what I'm talking about? I'm not even playing games with you guys. It wasn't like a Fred Flintstone hole, but it was big enough that if you got pulled over by the cops, you could take your bottles of beer and stick them out. So I was like, oh, this is sweet, dude. We got a little skate pod. Put all the stuff out, guys. So become the master of form. Family, occupation, recreation, money. You guys get that? But it was the why that I wanted the Mercedes Benz was because of the way that people looked at me in that car. I wanted to be looked at differently. You guys get what I'm saying? Like that was the thing. I didn't like people looking at me like, dude, who is this guy? Who's this hobo? You know what I mean? So form is family, occupation, recreation, money. You got to get good at asking people those questions. What, when, where, why, how, right? Open door questions about, you know, their family. Tell me about your family. Tell me about your occupation. You know, what do you like to do for fun? So you get good at finding out what people's hot buttons are, right? Because guess what? We're not recruiting, okay? We're not recruiting. We're making friends. Do you guys get that? Yeah. You're making friends. That's all you're doing, okay? So care more about the person than the transaction. Don't look at people as they have dollar signs on their forehead. You guys get what I'm saying? I had an upline. This dude's name was Dale McNeely. If you guys know him, because he's from St. Clemente, don't tell him. But he would come up to me and be like, my guest, he'd be like, he would do this. He had these huge eyebrows, and he liked to just throw one of them up and down. Because, you know, if you join, I make $45. I'm like, bro, stop. Jesus Christ. Don't talk to any of my people. I do not care about people. He just care about his $45 a day. Oh my God. And I got the worst. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys some examples, right? I'm gonna give you a couple. He was something special. Oh my God, Tim, stop! This is the reason why everybody hates you. Oh God. Okay, let's see if we can't put these things up here, Timmer. I think we might be bad. Look at that. Number 3 became number 4. Good job with the animation, bud. Okay, here we go. I'm going to give you guys an example, right? Well, obviously, peek and pass, right? This is the first example. So if I know somebody's hot button, right? So let's say that I'm talking to Josh and I know his hot button, okay? When Josh got started in Riman, he was basically looking for a way. You guys get what I'm saying? It was kind of in a limbo stage. Do you guys get that? You like limbo better, right?
Yeah, it's a better word.
Some of the other selected words in the past. So he was in a limbo stage, right? He was looking for a way. He was looking for something to do. You guys get what I'm saying? So basically, if I came up to him and I already know what his hot button is, super simple. Would you agree with that? All I'm going to say is, I know last time we talked, right, you were looking for a way to make some serious money. Are you still keeping your options open for making more money? What's he going to say? Yes. Yeah, I said, look, and I'm going to go right to it, right? If I could, would you, if I could show you a way for you to be able to make more money than what you're making now, kind of find something you can sink your teeth in and become successful, is that something you would be interested in? He's going to say what? Yes. Yes. Now I'm going to say, are you serious or just kidding? Are you serious or are you just kidding? What's he going to say? Serious. Serious. And I just qualify him. So if he starts being stupid and asking me a lot of questions and being negative, guess what I said? I thought you said you were serious, bro. You guys catch that? This is taught to me by Dr. Brad Davis, man, when I first got involved in network marketing. This guy was so smart. Okay, so look this. Not sure if you qualify. Look, and I'm going to tell him, right? I'm not sure if you qualify or it's for you. Now I'm taking it away from him. Did you guys catch what I just did? Are you serious or just kidding? Serious. Look, I don't know if you qualify or it's for you, right? But let me ask you a question. What's better for you to get together with this person I'm working for and see if it's something that we can do together? Is Saturdays or Sundays better? Is weekends or weekdays better? Give them an alternative choice. Afternoons or evenings. I said, ask me, what's better for you? Our meeting started at 7. You guys see this? What's better for you, afternoons or evenings? Afternoons, perfect. Let's get together then at 7 o'clock. What's better for you, afternoons or evenings? Evenings, perfect. Let's do 7 o'clock then. You guys get that? So form, right? If I start talking to my son-in-law, let's say he's not my son-in-law, I start talking to him and he tells me, that he just had a brand new baby, right? So I'm like, oh man, you have a brand new baby. Man, that's perfect. So now I'm going to say, look, you know what? I'm sure you probably want to be able to, spend more time with your kid growing up, right? As your kid grows up, you want to be able to be around your baby more, right? What's he going to say? Yeah. He said, look, if I can show you a way to do that, would you be interested? Are you serious or just kidding? I don't know if you qualify on this for you. We're better to get together after this. Like, dude, this works. Now, what am I talking about, K-Beauty? Talking about skincare? No. Talking about what? Why? Some of you are like, no, I got involved because I love Korean beauty products. No, you didn't. You got involved with what this business can do for you. You justify the emotional decision you made because it made too much sense, but the reason why we're involved in this is for what it can do for us. Everybody's tuned into the radio station, WIIFM. What's in it for me, okay? So this is my favorite one right here. Ooh-wee. Travis knows where I got this one from, okay? This is an example number 2. I'm gonna get somebody right now. This is gonna be good. Okay, perfect. Who has a job right now currently? Let me ask him. Okay. I'm gonna ask you. What was your first name?
Nikki.
Everybody say what's up, Nikki? Okay, so Nikki, where are you currently working at?
I'm an occupational therapist.
Okay, so watch me do this, okay? So you're an occupational therapist, okay? So I'm gonna say, Let me ask you a question. How long you been working there?
15 years.
Dang, you've been there for 15 years? Now, do you guys see what I'm doing? I'm repeating the answer back to her, letting her know that I'm paying attention. Did you guys catch that? I'm not asking people questions like a crazy person. Where do you work at? How long have you been there? Like, whoa, dude, we're not interrogating people, dude. Tell me where the dead bodies are. It's like, what are you doing, bro? Chill out, dude. Like, ask a question, smile, repeat the question back to them. How to make people like you 90 seconds or less. They go to food. Come on, baby, we read the book. So, how long you been working there? 15 years. What do you like best about it at that profession, Nikki?
I love working with children and families and helping them.
It's kind of like making a difference in people's lives, huh?
Absolutely.
Why did I just change it up? Because we don't have an opportunity to be able to work with kids here. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to be smart and figure out what they're really saying and knowing how we can connect to what we're doing with Riman. So you kind of like really helping people out. Let me ask you this question. Like if there was one thing you could change, or what do you like the least about it? What would that be?
Exchanging time for money.
So you're the type of person where it's like, man, you know what? I want to be able to make more money and have more free time, right? Is she not already signed up? Yes. What am I going to say? Let me ask you this question. If I could show you a way for you to really help people out, and at the same time, not be in a situation where you're trading hours for dollars, is that something that you might be interested in? Boom! I can do it all day long. Who else has a job? Anybody else have a career? Somebody's like, I want to be big time. I can do this all day long. You understand? What do you like? Like, it's super simple. It's like basically a no-brainer. Like, I can talk to anybody, anytime. If I see somebody working, somebody's like, how do you talk to strangers? Relax, we're not kindergartners. You understand what I'm saying? We're not in kindergarten. Like, parents taught us never talk to strangers, except for when it's Halloween, dress up as a character and go knock on their door and ask them to pay. What are we doing? So all I'm doing is what? I'm asking them what I like most about what they're doing right now. And then I'm finding something that we have. I'm digging a little bit, figuring out what we got that can offer them. You guys get what I'm saying? What do we have that's kind of like that? And somebody's like, a nurse, I like helping hurt people. Oh, so you're really affectionate, right? You like, like seeing people whenever they get in a bad situation and take them to a better situation. Is that what you're saying? You get what I mean? Like, somebody's like, I'm a waiter. But I like seeing people eat their food. Oh, if I can show you waiters, see people eat their food. Like, we don't have that. You understand what I'm telling you? So you got to be smart enough to figure out a little bit deeper. So I'm going to be like, oh, you're the type of person that you like to see like gratifying results, right? Whenever somebody is experiencing something amazing and you're like, man, you know what, that person's satisfied, right? So you like helping people out, basically, right? Boom, got it. You understand? So sometimes you got to dig a little bit, right? So if I can show you a way to get basically more of what you like and avoid what you dislike, that's basically what I'm saying. You guys get what I'm saying? But I don't say it like that because that would sound crazy. You understand what I'm saying? If I said, Nikki, if I could show you a way for you to get more of what you like and avoid what you dislike, would you be interested? That sounds absolutely absurd. You guys get that? I hope you're getting this. Because I don't want anybody being like, I went out there and talked to 10 people, Tim, and I asked them what they like most and what they like least. And I said, if I can get less of that, more of this, would you be interested? So you've got to fill in the blanks a little bit. You got to be, and you guys want to know how I got good at this stuff? I'm not even joking around. I'm going to tell you guys, this is embarrassing. Nobody knows this. I had a cat. And I would talk to the cat. I'm not embarrassed that I had a cat. I am a dog person now, but at the time I had a cat. And I would walk around the house trying to recruit the cat. You guys think I'm joking? You guys know my first presentation? When I started speaking in front of the room, I was nervous as could be. I was so nervous speaking in front of the people. I was like, I can't get in front of a room. So I worked on my cat. do my presentation to my cat. So, okay, here we go. The power of taprooting. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling, okay? Understand what a taproot is, okay? The taproot system is the largest, most central, and most dominant root from which other roots grow laterally. You guys know what a carrot is? A what? Taproot. A beet is a what? Taproot. So I'm going to teach you guys how to taproot. It's called taprooting, okay? Understand the taproot, right? And then letter B is what? I like to say number B. Number B, right? Okay? So typically a taproot system grows directly downward. Did you guys catch that? Okay, now taproots are hard to uproot. And if a taproot breaks, the part that stays in the ground will often resprout. Julie knows what I'm talking about. We've had some taproots break before and they just grow right back. You guys see that? You understand what a taproot is? We're trying to drive depth. So let me explain it to you a little bit better because that doesn't make very much sense. Like, okay, we're talking about. So all right, Tim, we're talking about plants now, okay? So urgency is everything. Urgency is everything. Riman is easier to build fast than it is to build slow. Success loves speed. Success loves speed. Okay? Your goal is to go recruit for recruit. Ultimate goal to drive 7 levels in 7 days. Now, you guys know how many people I've sponsored throughout my career? In the thousands, personally. You know how many people I've done 7 levels in 7 days with? I don't think I've ever done it. But my mentor told me that's your goal. Someday I'm gonna probably do it. I've done like 7 levels in maybe like 10 days, but not in 7. But you got to set your goals high. Maybe you won't ever reach your goal, right? But if you set your goal so high, even if you miss, you're gonna be better off than the people that don't have a goal. So understand what you're trying to do is go recruit for recruit for recruit. So you're going wide and you're driving deep. You guys see what we're doing? So when somebody gets started, look, Chris today showed you guys how to make a list. How good are you at doing that with brand new people? You know what I mean? Like, you got to sit down with them and go through it and read all those questions on the back and make sure they make a list. If they don't make a list, you know how good you did? You did terrible. They didn't make a list. If your people make a list, you guys got to realize how important a list is. Some people are like, oh, that's not that important. That's like putting your key into the car. It's not that important, but if you don't do it, you ain't going nowhere. Woo, I just came up with that one. So get what I'm saying, right? So you get a brand new person, they make a list, and then right away, what we try to do, immediate action, talk to one of their friends immediately. And then talk to one of their friends immediately. Talk to one of their friends immediately. And driving depth. Speed. You're trying to do it fast. You're not trying to watch paint dry. Do you understand what I'm saying? How quick can you get a recruit for recruit? It's not hard, guys. When is somebody jacked out of their mind? When they first sign up. All right, well, let's let them get cold and get negative and go talk to some negative people, then let's get in front of the people. That's a pretty good strategy. How's that working for you? You understand what I'm saying? They say it's strike the iron when it's cold or hot. Yeah, okay, we're getting it. Okay, now we're starting to understand what taprooting is. Urgency is everything. So this is what I want to share with you guys. This is basically the Riman system, and it revolves around the convention. Did you guys catch that? Everything we do, the convention is like the nucleus. That's like, I'm getting all scientific. I don't even have a clue what a nucleus is. It just sounds right. You know what I mean? I was like, dude, Tim, a nucleus is not. You're thinking about an electron. I have no idea what I'm thinking about. But whatever's in the middle, everything else revolves around it. So you have the opportunity overviews. Orientations, Riman University. K pop-ups. That's it. I heard somebody go, I don't do pop-ups. But then you don't know what a pop-up is. Pop-up is talking to somebody about Riman. Do you guys see what I mean? But what are you doing then? There's a pretty good chance you've never signed anybody up in your entire life if you've not done a pop-up. Somebody's like, I've never done a pop-up, and I've got an organization. No, you don't. Somebody had to do a pop-up in order for somebody to get started. Like, hello. Like, a pop-up is sharing Riman. So if I go talk to her about Riman, guess what I just did? Pop-up. Goodness gracious. Okay? So promote and follow the system. Save yourself time, energy, and money, okay? Here's the thing. My mentor taught me this, right? If you're too big to do the little things, you become too small to achieve anything. Like, I'm telling you, the little things. I'm never going to ask somebody to do something that either I'm not doing or I haven't done before. Like, I hate to even ask people for help. I hate to ask people, hey, if you're there early, can you help out with registration? I'm running behind. I'd rather be sitting there doing the registration. I want to make sure I set the room up. My mentor told me, do everything. It's like you guys know that there's a book, right, that is amazing. It's about the Australian rugby team, right? Steve was talking about it, Sweep the Shed. It's on that book that they wrote about those guys' situation. And it's like, you never want to be too big to do little things. And at the beginning, when somebody gets started, who do you want to help them launch? Brand new person or the upline team leader? Somebody goes, my upline team leader is garbage. She or he is not helping me out. Well, guess what? Be a transitional person. Just because I didn't have a great father didn't mean I'm not going to be a great father. Be the person that you want to have. You understand? Like, be the leader that you want to, what you wish you had. That's what I try to do. If you're too big to do little things, right? You got to do everything. Here we go. Let's think. This is so good, guys. I love this one. Be a lifter, not a leaner. Just visualize that. And if you guys ever moved before, you don't need any leaners to help. Leaners are like this. In Riman, they're like this. Ready, aim, 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 aim. They just aim. Lifters are fire ready aim. Did I miss something? Whoa.
On the paper.
Oh, tell me.
You missed number 4.
Oh, ha. So now you're just gonna have to write on the back. That's why I put notes there. I gotta remember this. You guys gotta realize you guys. This is like basically, you know why we're doing this on you guys first. You guys are the subjects. You guys, right? I've ran this university before, so I know what the end result looks like. Okay, we did $1 billion in sales because of it, so I know what happens. But we're doing this first, and then tonight I got a call with the Philippines. We're gonna be launching this out of the Filipino office. The office in the Philippines. I'm gonna be talking in the UK about how to do this in the UK. We're gonna be doing this in all these offices. Mexico's already ready. They're already on board. Like, they're ready to make it happen out of the Mexico City office. So we're gonna be duplicating the system and developing people. So obviously number 4 is not on there, so we gotta fix that. So Travis, remind me, please. He was like, what are you doing making a mistake, Tim? We're gonna do it. Okay? I'm over here struggling. You might have to take a picture of that one. Be a lifter, not a leaner. Be a lifter, not a leaner. Somebody's like, Tim, it's getting off-roading now, and you're just not even putting number 5 on the list. Okay, leaners are already aim. Leaners are. Okay, lifters are fire ready aim. Like, let's go. You're looking for people that are going to make it happen. You want to be that person. Okay, and if this thing's all butchered, I see people talking about it. That means I probably mess everything up. Okay? Is number 5 on there? Yeah. Woo! Probably written down to number 4. So anyways, always have a new project that you're developing. Always have a new project that you're developing. Okay, and I know that 99.9% of you guys are not a Star Wars fan, and I'm not even really one, but I like to use this one. You Padawan, Jedi Knight, Jedi Master. You understand? Okay? So always be recruiting new people. You're either 20-80 or 80-20. You guys get that? Meaning 20% of your time is either recruiting, and 80% of your time is driving depth, or 80% of your time is recruiting and 20% is driving depth. Somebody goes, how do you know which one to do? Look at your schedule. It's easy to figure out. If you're like sitting around all day and you got nobody to talk to, because nobody's putting you on the phone with people, it's pretty easy to figure out what you should be doing then, right? Look in the mirror and go, hey, let's get to work. And then shake your head yes and be like, all right, that person's pumped. You guys get that? You can't sell yourself on doing it. There's a pretty good chance you're not going to be able to influence other people to do it, okay? So get yourself jacked up to make it happen, right? Do everything right with them so it duplicates. So when you sign up a brand new person, you guys know what I'm talking about? You have a new project that now you signed up. You want to do everything right with them so it duplicates. You want to get results fast. Okay, visualize them becoming successful. That's a huge one, okay? And always recognize the little steps of progress. I talked about this at the convention, or for the senior managers and higher. It's like teaching somebody how to walk. Did I spell recognize right? Because that doesn't even look right. Anyways, yeah. It's like teaching a little baby how to walk. You need to get jacked out of their mind, right? You ever seen like, you guys that have babies, like when your baby took a first step and fell, where you like, wee, boom, and throwing stuff at them? No. You were like, oh, what? Yeah! Taking pictures and videos now on the phone. Back in the days when I had kids, we didn't have all that stuff, but you know what I'm talking about. You get excited, and then they get all excited and they do it again. You guys see that? So you want to get excited about progress. You don't want to be a critical person to develop leaders. I'll talk about that later. Let's go. Let's do this time, okay? Success in direct sales is a series of impending events, okay? This is going to be a long one, okay? Success in direct sales is a series of impending events. Excitement is caught, not taught. You guys get what I'm saying? Excitement is caught, not taught, okay? Have a sense of urgency and a fear loss mentality. Adopt the get everyone promoted before pay period deadline mindset. This is the secret on how I do it. You understand? Like, this is the secret. This is the secret sauce. Okay? I know you're like, it's just Thousand Islands, bro. So here the major impending events are. Monthly promotions. Right now we got the cleansing promo going on, right? Boom, promoted. Okay, it's coming to an end. Convention pick tickets, new prices. You got to be looking out for whenever the convention tickets go up, and you make that a major what? Impending event. What's an impending event, Tim? Let me explain it to you like this. Christmas, what impending event does that drive? Buying Christmas trees. Would you guys agree with that? If we started selling Christmas trees right now, we wouldn't be very effective. Would you guys agree with that? Yeah. So open up a Christmas tree lot, people would literally call the the house or whatever it's called. Can you imagine what would happen if we started, if we opened up right now, Christmas tree lot? That'd be terrible. But if you do it in what? In November, late November, you're smart. Did you guys agree with that? So convention tickets and pricing, right? Impending event is what drives people to take action. 30 days to upgrade starter kits. You got to be knowing when people's what? 30 days is. Okay, that's D, letter D. Letter E is unilevel, 1,000 points SP. That's a major impending event every month, making sure your team is doing that. Right? 3-month rolling deadline for manager, senior manager. Who got started in December? December, January, February, right? So it's actually what? What is it? December? January, February, March. So who got started in what? January. All the people got started in January. When's their 3 months coming to an end? Anybody know? End of March, right? We got to make it happen, okay? So basically 5-month deadline for team leaders. You got to know when that is, right? Because it's a 5-month rolling, okay? Retail bonuses, 2,000 or 4,000. Who's close? Monthly maintenance, right? For team leaders and higher. 10,000 or 100,000 for what? Directors. These are the things that drive the volume. Like, people are like, why do you guys have those? Because you want people to do something. You want somebody to be like, I'm a team leader, and I don't make any money. Because there's no maintenance. So I just hit it, and I got a pin, and I retired. No, we want to make people money, okay? Every team leader, 10,000. Every 10,000 they do is 40 travel points. So if I do 10,000 in volume, how many travel points I get as a team leader? 40, right? If I do 20,000, how much do I get? 80. If I do, what's the next number after that would be 60. What's 80? That'd be 120, right? So every 10,000, so you look at your report and see who's close to the 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. That's how you drive volume. Okay? So let's talk about this. Power and tap pruning, right? Always duplicate, never complicate. Always what? Duplicate, never complicate. It's like playing tag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ready? Now here I come, right? Simplicity is the strategy. Break out the big crayons and copy and paste. Copy and paste. Control C, Control V. This is the secret sauce. Don't overcomplicate it. You guys, like, when you watch my product training, you're like, dang, dude, that's awesome. Why? Because it's not ingredients. It's how you feel about it. You'll see me sell the product. You'll be like, damn, no wonder you sold $1 billion in skincare, bro. You're crazy. People get jacked because I'm jacked. I'm not like, you know what this ingredients? Hyaluronic acid 2.3. Shut up, dude. Like, what are you talking about, dude? It's RK Snowflakes, bro. RK Snowflakes, man. They're in around 100. You sound crazy. You don't do that. Some of you know what RK Snowflake is. You're like, wait, how do you know that, bro? I know this stuff, but I don't talk about it because I'm not trying to be stupid looking. So become a leader that develops leaders, right? Become a leader that what? Develops leaders. Okay, I'm going to teach you guys. This is the goal right here. So check this out. A is what? Company's the same for everybody. B, pay plan's the same for everybody. C, the industry's the same for everybody. D, the train's the same for everybody. E, the products are the same for everybody. Did you guys catch that? We all got the same products. It's not like my products work better on people's face than yours. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, Betsy, her skincare industry is better than my skincare industry. You think Beth is the senior director because KBD works better for her than it does for us? We all have the same training, the product, the pay plan, the company. It's all the same for everybody. The only variable is, guess what? It's you. That's the only variable. The only variable is you. That's why you guys are coming to this university. By the time you guys are through this thing, you're going to be like running through brick walls. The key is we got to get your team plugged in. As you get people started, you want to grow them. So when somebody gets started, you need to influence them to come to the university so they can become successful. You're not just trying to sign up a bunch of people. If you're trying to teach people how to swim, you got to put the floaties on them. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Get them to jump in the water with you. You understand? So the only variable is you. So let's talk about this, okay? I love this one. I'm going to go with character-driven people first, okay? Character-driven people do right and they feel good. Freedom, do right. Letter B, are commitment-driven. Okay, guess what? Letter C, make principle-based decisions. They make principle-based decisions, right? Action controls attitude. This is character-driven people. They believe it, then they see it. Letter D, they create momentum. Guess what they ask? They ask, what are my responsibilities? This is character-driven people. Okay? They continue when problems arise. They're steady, right? And they're leaders. Think about what I'm saying. These are character-driven people. But when you look at emotion-driven people, guess what? It's completely different. It's not the same. You want to be a character-based leader. You want to be a character-driven person. You don't want to be an emotional-driven person. Because emotion-driven people, they feel good, then they do right. Character-driven people, we said, are commitment-driven, but emotional-driven people are convenience-driven. Convenience? What? I already know you guys are character-based, and maybe you guys that came from a long ways. I know we got people from San Diego. I know we got people from up in Hollywood Hills. People coming from all over. Arcadia. I know people are serious. It's not convenient. But I'm a commitment-driven person, not a convenience-driven person. See that? Character-driven people make principle-based decisions, but emotion-driven people make popular-based decisions. Big difference there. Right? Emotion-driven people, right? Attitude controls their action. They see it, then they believe it. They wait for momentum. Who do you think makes the money? The people making the momentum or the people waiting for the momentum?
People making
Woo! The fire starters, right? Let's go. The emotion-driven people ask, what are my rights? What are my rights as a leader here? Your rights is get to work and lead by example, because that's what leadership is. You can't lead from the back. You can't push a rope. Can you imagine that? Push a rope. It's gonna double back on you, bro. So emotion-driven people, they quit when problems arise. You're gonna find some emotion-driven people. Emotion-driven people are moody. Emotion-driven people are followers. You're looking to develop leaders. You want leaders in your organization. You want people that can do this business, and all you have to do is cheer for them. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Just cheer for them. You're not looking for people to hold their hand. Do you guys get that? We're looking for people that can run. Okay, so hopefully you guys got all that. I apologize for giving you guys too much information, but I'm just trying to make everybody multitask. Integrity is a clear correspondence between your words and your actions. That's a Jim Rohn right there. One of my favorite quotes of all time. Integrity is a clear correspondence between your words and your actions. It's a clear correspondence between your words and your deeds, your words and your actions. What you do and what you say have to be in alignment. Woo! Woo! Man, I'm getting pumped up right now. I love this DWISYWD, right? Do what you say you will do. Do what you say you will do. And I'm telling you, man, I let my mouth overwork my back. Yeah. I'm like, wait a second, I have a training at the convention. I have a training at HQ on Thursday. How am I going to make it to Spain? Got to find a plane that can do it. Good news is, guess what? I'll figure out a way to get there, right? I already got the plane, so it's not like I got to figure it out. Somebody else figured it out. But it's like, what about sleep? We're not going to do all that. I'll do that when I got to, 10 people to national director. So Betsy, let's go. Let's finish it up so I can sleep. She's like, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? So this is called 4 weeks of duplication. I gotta wrap this thing up like a burrito, okay? 4 weeks of duplication. Upline leaders, week 1 do 100%, week 2 do 80%, week 3 do 20%, week 4 watch and admire. This is how you duplicate. I'm saying 4 weeks, it might take 4 months. Doesn't matter, but this is what you're going for. So once again, 7 levels in 7 days type thing, okay? New leader, week 1. All we want them to do is watch and learn. Get a brand new person started, you watch and learn me do it. You put me in front of 10 people, you're going to watch me do the presentation 10 times. You put me in front of 2 people, you're going to see me do it 2 times. Would you rather watch me do it 2 times or 10? Week 2, you're going to do 20%. Week 3, you're going to do 80%. Week 4, you're going to do 100%. I'm going to watch and admire you. Let me explain why this is so important. I'm going to teach you the psychology why this works. If I tell somebody you're going to be doing it in 4 weeks, they're listening with a different set of ears. They're watching with a different set of eyes. You guys with me on this? If you know you're going to have to do something, you're listening a little bit differently. There's people in here right now that are listening because they know they're going to be doing this university. They already know. Like, I'm going to be doing this. I know Betsy's thinking that. I told her, hey, we're going to be doing this thing in Mandarin soon. Yes. She's like, oh, I better start paying more attention. So, either you learn my stuff or I learn yours. Trust me, it's going to be easier for you to learn this than for me to learn Mandarin. Okay? All I know is Omsha. Director. That's all the Mandarin I know. Okay? So here, good God, Timm first. Go back. This is John Shatner. You guys know John Shatner, right? Shatner, whatever his name is, right? Papa John, we call him, right? Papa John's, they weren't doing much, and then in 1992 they started to grow, but in 1994 they hit momentum. They hit momentum in 1994. They went from about 220 locations to 1,600 locations between 94 to 98. That's growth. But guess what he said? It's my job to build the people that are going to build the company. Did you catch that? We're here to build people. We're here to teach people not how to do this. I'm teaching you how to teach other people how to do this business. Don't learn this business and don't learn this information because you're like, all right, cool, I know it now. You're not learning to know, you're learning to teach. You teach to teach. You're teaching teachers. Do you guys see that? That's good stuff. Oh, here we go. How to become a leader? We already know this, right? Leaders who develop leaders, they multiply their growth. Leaders that develop followers, they add one at a time. So this is the difference. This is the difference in math. Everybody see this? Major distinction between the two. One person's leading followers, they're adding person. The leaders that develop leaders multiply growth. This is the secret sauce right here that I'm telling you. You're looking for people that are leaders. Okay? You're looking for people that want to become leaders. You're not looking for followers. You're looking for leaders. Okay? So guess what? Let me show you how this works. This is so solid right here. God, I love this stuff. Leaders that develop leaders. I'm going to show you this right here. Leaders that develop leaders, they want to be succeeded. Leaders that develop leaders focus on strengths. Leaders that develop leaders, they develop the top 20%. Hope you guys are getting this. Leaders that develop leaders, they treat their leaders as individuals for an impact. Number 5, leaders that develop leaders, they give the power away. Leaders that develop leaders, guess what they do? They invest time with others. This is magic. Leaders that develop leaders, guess what? They grow by multiplication. Woo! Leaders that develop leaders, they impact only people. They impact people far beyond their reach. What is going on? Well, good, okay.
Take a picture.
So you have to take a picture and learn it. Oh God, I'm over here. Help me with this, Travis, too. Good Lord, I'm over here just striking out left and right. Leaders. I was all jacked. I'm like, I got this done by Tuesday. Maybe you should have double checked it on Wednesday, buddy. But just so you know, okay, then I can give it to you the way I want to give it to you. Leaders want to be succeeded. Leaders about followers need to be needed. Do you need to be needed or do you want to be succeeded? Major distinction. Right? Leaders focus on strengths. Leaders about followers, they focus on weaknesses. Which one are you doing?
Strength.
You guys see the difference? Right? Leaders about leaders, they develop the top 20%. Leaders about followers, bottom 20%. Leaders about leaders, they treat people as individuals for an impact. Leaders develop followers, treat everybody the same for fairness. Leaders develop leaders, give the power away. Leaders develop followers, hoard the power. Leaders develop leaders, invest time with others. Leaders develop followers, spend time with others. Leaders develop leaders, grow by multiplication. Leaders develop followers, by addition. Leaders develop leaders, they impact people far beyond their reach. Leaders develop followers, impact only people they touch personally. That's the magic. I went to go recruit this guy. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go recruit this dude. So I went to go recruit him, and he's like, I reached out to him, he goes, man, I would love to get on the Zoom with you. I'm like, well, damn, this guy's gonna sign for sure. He's like, my mentor was mentored by you in 1998. He's like, I've heard stories about you my entire career. I'm like, well, get over here, motherfucker. But I was like, damn, dude, that was crazy. Because what happens is you'll mentor somebody, it's like, boom. You have no idea. It's like, that's what we're doing here. We're developing leaders, okay? So create a senior manager workshop, okay? Senior manager factory. The hardest way to become a director is to focus on director. Easiest way to become a director is become a senior manager factory. Becoming an SM factory, right? When you start, Riman, 80% is recruiting new planners and 20% is developing new senior managers. Literally what we're doing. When you first get started, it's all about recruiting people. You're just recruiting people, turning them into senior managers. Once your organization is huge, you're just finding people that are not senior managers and what? Making them senior managers. Imagine you have 5 people sign up in your team this month, and you help all 5 of them go senior manager. What happens? Woo. Your group is growing like wildfire through a dry bus field. Woo! Man, I'm getting pumped. So everybody gets that. So I love that picture of that factory. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can move forward. So here we guys go. The key is getting everybody to the convention, August 7th, 8th, and 9th, right? 7th to the 9th. In Jim Grant, it's going to be at 3799 South Las Vegas Boulevard, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89109. Here we go. Register today. Single tickets are only $139. A 10-ticket bundle is $999. That ends April 30th, so we got till April 30th to take advantage of those prices, okay? That's when it's going to become an impending event, but you need to get everybody registered right when they get started. If you got a 10-ticket bundle, sell one of your tickets. If you don't have a 10-ticket bundle, most of you guys have already sold all your tickets. Make sure they register. You understand? That's more important than getting started in Riman. You guys get what I'm telling you. Any of you that have been to a convention, you know. The convention is what made the impact. That's how you grow leaders. That's how you put them in an environment where they make commitments and make decisions, okay? So let's talk about what's going on. Tomorrow, this is going to be big. If you guys want to jump on this training, feel free to. It's going to be Zoom, so it's going to be very easy. Chris Kim's going to be talking about how to recruit your way to director. Okay, that's going to be at 6 p.m. Pacific. Feel free to jump on that Zoom. It'll be powerful. Next week, you guys know what's going to be happening. We're going to be going over products 101. It's going to be powerful. So tonight, we went over a lot of information. Now we're going to raffle off. We got 3. We got 4. So first one's going to get the pick. We got 2 calming gels. You guys with me on this? 2 calming gels. Woo! Oh, she already got one? Oh, she's the list person. Who's got the list? What do you want? You want the calming gel, oil mist, or the Derm Pulse? Yeah, she's like, I know how the retail value on these. So here we go. We got 3 left. Okay, here we go. Get ready. Here we go. I'm going to pick 3 out. Okay. 1, 2, 3. This was the first one, 789, 791. 789, 791. 791, 789, 791. Woo! All right, here we go. 789, 806. We got 806. Oh man, this is crazy. Did you get it? Woo! All right, you want it? Congratulations. Oh, we got another one. Okay. 791 and 806. Okay. You want a calming gel? Calming gel or 2 oil mist? Okay, 2 oil mist. Calming gel. Okay. Here we go. 789, 821. Who's 821? 821. 789, 821. We got an 821. Oh, I think you won last week. Oh, I thought you did. Boom. Now you're a winner. I thought you won last week. Here we go. Let's give all our winners a round of applause. I promise you next week you're going to be bouncing off the walls when you figure out how easy it is to understand these products. Get your cars punching at everybody real quick.